Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, let's take a look at, is this the top formation on ARM, and some big heavy hitters in the chip sector are showing us some sign of cool off, and that cool off, as can it turn into a complete downside. Let's take a look at in this video. Definitely not all semiconductors or chips are acting the same way in the price action. So we'll take a look at individual chip stocks as usual. As per my last few videos, the ones that we have been looking at, we'll take a look at NVDA, AMD, ARM, Broadcom, Micron, TSM, Intel, and we'll take a look at S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 as well in this video. So with that, please hit the like and subscribe, and also please note, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. And one last thing to let you know, if you are interested in many other stocks that I talk to the members, they get weekly updates and, well, midweek updates as well, as to how to prepare for the price action, for how the stocks are reacting, where are the opportunities. Some of the ones that we have picked, all right, they have given us a lot of moves and a lot of great profits as well so far. All right, and I keep my members update with ongoing price action. If you are interested in all of that, check out the details of my memberships in the description of this video. All right, let's jump right into it. Let's begin. So NVIDIA is what we'll start off with. We'll get to ARM in just a second. Actually, you know what? Let's start off with ARM actually, because I already mentioned that is this the almost the top. Now, ARM had its earnings. They may have said something in the earnings call. Again, it doesn't matter. We trace the price action, right? That's all what matters. The time I did the video, price action was up here, right? And then I mentioned that these are the levels. As we hold, structure will remain bullish. Okay, these significant levels. But once we lost that significant level around 238, since it only above that, we would remain in the bullish structure. Definitely below that, not overall bearish, but weakness came in, right? So definitely once in the post market, big players broke the structure there. Today, again, you can't expect much when a post market has such a sell-off. So especially after the earnings. So today bounces were shorted. Now, technically this is on the overall structure. It's just a pullback. It doesn't make ARM bearish, and it's not even a confirmation of a top yet. The way to trade this structure is as if multi-day weakness. If you are looking at it as, oh, it has run up quite a lot, excuse me, and this could be the short. If you are looking at it that way, you have to first identify the weakness even in there. So right now there is some weakness on ARM, not overall bearish, not overall weakness, but a day of a weakness that can turn into multi-day weakness, as if we continue to stay below tomorrow 216 to 220 technically. If we continue to stay below this, technically we are in the weakness, and definitely multi-day weakness, you can carry the position as if it continues to remain in the bearishness, and that will turn eventually into overall bearishness as well. But you have to follow the structure. Right now, below 216 area, weakness is expected. If we get above that, right now, ARM for a day or two may go a little bit sideways up here. Remember, it's not overall bearish. It will only continue in the multi-day weakness only for now, as if we stay below 216 area. Okay, if we get above that, bulls, it's still in the bulls control again. Excuse me. Okay, it may not really like push through in a day or two. It may, but that's the whole point. If the structure is bullish, you follow the bullish side. If the structure is bearish, you follow the bearish side, or you size down your bullish position and vice versa. You get my point. So anyhow, as if ARM continues in the weakness in multi-day below that structure, 197 can potentially be the target, and then after 197 to 195 area, we'll have 182. Again, it's not overall bearish. Most likely it will get bounced around here. So even if you're looking short, for now, below that zone that I mentioned, it will be just a multi-day short for now, nothing more than that, as we continue to stay below that zone that I mentioned. Okay, let's get to NVIDIA. NVIDIA is just fine. As I said in the beginning of this video, not all semiconductors or all AI stocks or all chip stocks, whichever name you want to call them by, not all are in the same boat. Okay, NVIDIA, it has been continuing up, and as you know, it has held our zones. I already been saying that 200 above strength will begin, and even for today I mentioned that as we continue to stay above those zones, definitely you are expecting a bullish structure continuation, really good push today. And yeah, NVIDIA is still just bullish, still just fine, no problems until 207 and 45 cents at this point. Okay, definitely when you see testing all time highs, a little bit of a slowness, you got a little bit manage the position, but the point is that structure will be fine until 207.36 cents. Until there, overall structure is still bullish on NVIDIA there. Okay, AMD little bit giving up gains alongside with ARM. It's not overall bearish. Okay, it's just a potential a day of a cool off and a pullback, but and this is where you have to be careful. But because it's getting to the very last line of defense here on the multi-day side, if we start to lose 402 almost 402 zone, then you can expect 363. But until 363, overall structure is still bullish on AMD, but it's just that most likely gap fill may happen. But again, overall structure is still bullish. At this point, I'll suggest if you have a long position running on AMD, as we start to lose that level that I just mentioned, you gotta start taking more profits, start sizing down your position. The reason I'm not saying that short it here, because overall structure is bullish, you should not technically go against the overall structure. So what it means is that when overall structure is turning bullish, you start your position. When the near-term weakness is happening, that is multi-day weakness for which I'm telling you the levels, you start at least sizing down your position and let the weakness get over and then get back in. But right now we are so extended, definitely once with those weakness starts, you gotta consider taking more profits, extra profits, not just a small size out, but a little bit larger size out, just because we are so extended. Excuse me. All right, ARM we already talked about. Broadcom. Now Broadcom is in that one that I mentioned 414. If we start to lose that, multi-day weakness will begin, and that's pretty much is the case right now with Broadcom. We are a little bit in the weakness here. If we don't regain tomorrow 414 to 417, if we don't close above it, excuse me, I'm sorry, we will continue to actually stay in the multi-day weakness now. So that's the zone pretty much at this point you're watching on Broadcom. And the point being, once we start to lose that level, you gotta start sizing down your position, any position that was in your long-term bullish structure. Micron. So Micron is also very extended, due for a pullback, and it may do a pullback. Let's get to the hourly interval to identify what's the zone and what's the level for that. It's right in that sandwich zone for that. So definitely as we are losing 651 almost, you should be a little bit careful if you stay below it tomorrow. Problem will be below 627 area. Okay, that's where a deeper pullback can begin. But if we, let's say, go down but come back up again, it may stabilize. That's my whole point. This multi-day weakness may last for just few hours or something, because overall structure is still bullish and will remain bullish for many days. But the point is that you gotta maximize your profit, so you gotta size down your position. So at this point, as if we lose that level, you gotta size down your position. That means you gotta take profits on your long ongoing position. TSM. TSM is just fine, still bullish, all good on TSM. Let me actually just double check. Yeah, there are no earnings due right now. Yeah, so NVIDIA will be almost late. It's plans to do late 20th of May, so that's quite a ways. Okay, TSM. Yeah, overall still bullish, all good, still holding that the zone below two significant levels. Let's get to the hourly interval. It's still fine. Yeah, a little bit of a deeper dip like 414. So this is what you will be doing, as if you have a long-term position ongoing. A little bit consider sizing down here. Once you see a support holding with a good candle at a significant level below, once we start to regain above that, technically we're back in the strength. And that's the whole point. If we don't lose 407 overall, not a problem right now on TSM. Okay, it's still just fine, still good. Intel also extended, so pullback due can happen. So but right now it's not in the weakness. you should consider sizing down your position if we start to lose 107. Okay, that's how easy it is from where we are. All right, that's Intel. Let's take a look at NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500 now. NASDAQ 100 is overall bullish still today. Yes, we had a bit of a cool off day, but again, guys, it's like we are still so extended. It still didn't lose the level below though. Look at it. It still held that zone, still held that level there. Day of a cool off, but it was already so extended in the pre-market and all. It even pushed up before that. Let's get to the 5 minutes. It even pushed up to the new highs before that, and then a little bit gave up the gains, which is okay. It was so extended. That's the zone you are watching at this point, 693 and 70 cents area. If we lose it, again, it's just a pullback, multi-day, a little bit of a weakness. It's not going to be overall bearish, as I've been saying. Consider taking some partial profits. I mean, I have these positions in ETFs of SPY and NASDAQ 100. I have been sizing down my positions whenever I feel like right now. I'm not fully exiting my position, but I am sizing down whenever I feel like in these extensions, especially when we get closer to these levels. I consider a little bit sizing down. When this pullback happens at lower zones, that's where re-entry is fine. But if your position is already super big and the price is extended, why would you add up here? You would want to book profits, okay? S&P 500. So as look, there are time to buy, but there are buying opportunities. Okay, buying opportunities. For example, on S&P 500 was here when I told my members as well. 652. This is the time to take a little bit profits in the pullbacks. Okay, I'm not saying that it's the top. No, that structure is not telling anything about the top. But why not take some partial profits? Yes, when the pullback happens, well, that completes. Then you can enter again more. But again, look, you're not sizing down 50% of the position here. At least take 5% off, 2.5% off something, right? Like, and when structure breaks, as I have said previously, just size down more. S&P 500 overall bullish on hourly interval, bit of a pullback. That's okay, not a problem. It's a pullback. 5 minutes, yes, was a downside day. That's okay. But it's a pullback. But definitely keep an eye on this 734 tomorrow. We may be a little bit on the sideways action, or possibly if we stay below 734 area, this level above. Okay, if we stay below this area, we might be a little bit in the sideways action tomorrow as well, or a little bit cool off more. It's not overall bearish. It will not be overall bearish even until this zone of like 708 and 13. Let's say for any reason, if we lose 708 and 13, which is not happening for weeks though. If that happens, look, anything can happen. If that happens, likelihood of that is low, but anyways, 694 is a great support. Okay, that's a big support. It will, again, I don't want to say it, but it's just, I don't see it how it's gonna break just like that. It's a months out support right now. So anyways, guys, that's all I had for you in this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe, check out my memberships in the description of this video. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye.